Hello everyone and welcome to another Zen Healing training exercise. And this training exercise is shadowboxing. So when we're shadowboxing, we're just not doing normal conventional boxing. Of course, we use some of the principles of Muay Thai and Jeet Kune Do. I invite you to use any of the 8 points to strike with. So you could just be shadowboxing, paying attention to that imaginary opponent, like we do in shadowboxing. Shadowboxing, it teaches us to work with an imaginary opponent. And when we do that, we use our skills of visualization. This is definitely more of a mental exercise than anything, because there is nobody in front of you. And we're creating this mental opponent that we're going to be using in this exercise. So if it's just and this shadow boxing exercise can be using the stick. Same deal, to fend off the opponent, never get hit, or to actually be aggressive. So you could be really going to be aggressive in this shadow boxing exercise. Your exercise in shadow boxing may just be fending off your opponent, creating distance so you never get hit and warding. Or your exercise in shadow boxing could be I'm striking with every limb. So your shadow boxing exercise could just be, without the stick, and you don't have a heavy bag or speed back to triangle on, but if you have space in front of you, do the shadow boxing exercise. So in shadow boxing, you're just going to really create an imaginary opponent, an imaginary obstacle, and an imaginary battle. This is not happening. This is one of those mental exercises where you can prepare. So this could be even your shadow boxing, or you're working the whole time on just not getting hit and fending and warding off, the opponent, and making sure that they're not hitting you at all. Or you're going to be aggressive. You're going to be using all of your different 8 limbs to strike with. And this shadow boxing exercise is much more mental than it is physical. So you may be visualizing an opponent that's real. It could be somebody that's actually real in your life, an adversary, or somebody that you have a problem with. And as you're training and doing this exercise, you may really start to feel the emotions coming up and the anger or frustration you may have towards that individual. And that's okay. This part of training is to happen here. This is where you want this to happen. You want to work it out here, in training, in the dojo, while you're not at work. You don't want this leading over to when you go back to work and you see that person and you can't control your emotions. So being able to work it out, manifesting the outcome here in training in this realm, so that way on Monday when you go into work or when you see that person, that situation will be dissolved, and you'll dissolve any type of internal pressure and angst or frustration or anger that you may have towards that situation. And you'll have done it through the training of shadow boxing. So not just the physical agility and endurance and conditioning where you'll be building some psychological and the mental endurance and agility that you're going to need in order to operate in life outside of training here, outside of when you're carrying a stick, and in the world, and outside the dojo. So I invite you to do the shadowboxing training exercise anytime. Anybody can do this. And you could be in a yin mindset or a yang mindset. And it's okay, because it's your exercise. All you have to do is participate. So practice, 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 and know this has been another Z-Stick exercise.